This is gonna be fun. What's up, bitches? It's Saturday night, and it's time for Pete's classic album rank and reviews. Tonight, we will be doing Two Live Crew's groundbreaking album, As Nasty As They Wanna Be. There's a lot of information about it. This is the first of its kind, and I imagine I'll probably get an age restriction for this on YouTube, so be it.
What do we get for $10?
Everything you want.
So without further ado, here we go. We're gonna rank Nasty As They Wanna Be. Now, this is one of those albums, even though it's a double, I can for the most part listen to it all the way through without skipping a single track, except for one. And that would be Reggae Joint.
This one different from anything you ever heard before. This one new style, the Two Live Crew for the rockin' dread, for the naughty dread, right? Come follow me now. Hey.
I was never particularly crazy about this song. I've always thought it was a little bit annoying. I figured that they were just trying too hard and maybe got a little too buzzed before they wrote it. But anyway, it's the only song on this album that I really don't care for. So that'll be number 18.
Come follow me, baby. Come follow me, nothing.
Number 17, Two Live Blues. Another song, it's, fun to listen to when you get a buzz. I imagine they were pretty buzzed when they wrote it, especially if you listen to the lyrics. You could tell they're slurring a bit. It's got a nice little sample of Clarence Carter, Love Me Until the End. But compared to the rest of the album, it's not the best song.
I bring home the bacon. Bitch, I'm putting it in your hand.
Number 16, My Seven Bizzos.
Seven Bizzo.
It's Brother Marquise's solo project on the album. It's got a nice sample of Jimi Hendrix's Voodoo Child. Now, I feel kind of stupid for saying this, but I heard this before I heard the original Jimi Hendrix version, which I heard later on the radio by accident. I'm like, Two Live Crew. My was like, no, not Two Live Crew, Jimi Hendrix. And I just felt like a complete idiot. But I know where it's coming from. It's an okay song. Marquise just talks about his 7 bitches or bizzos, as he like to call them. He's got a different one for every week. Got a school teacher, a dancer, or a aerobics instructor, a stripper. Just, fun little song to listen to. Well, fun album to listen to in junior high. So that's my number 16.
On Monday, that's Melissa. I like to be with her. I get all her money and then I diss her. On Tuesdays, that's Teresa. She's my homeroom teacher. She said after school, I would love to meet you.
Number 15 is I Ain't Bullshittin'.
I said, listen, bitch. I ain't gonna say it to it any goddamn time.
Song I usually skip. It's a diss track. It's just got Luke on there talking shit about the people who pissed him off at the time. Specifically some lady in New York who tried to ban his album, and just some crackhead who apparently was talking shit about the group. But it's got a sample of the bass line is from James Brown's The Chicken. And got a lot of good vocal samples though. Richard Pryor, Richard and Willie, which is still pending on who's sampled. May still be up there for another year. Who knows? They're really lagging, and it's kind of getting on my nerves. But it is what it is.
Now what I'm gonna say it only one time and one time only. The people who I do offend, if I offend you and you take it in a personal way, then personally I don't give a damn.
Next one, number 14. Get the fuck out my house, bitch.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Fun little song we used to enjoy listening to it back when we were kids. We'd get all fucked up. We'd get a buzz. turn it up really loud and just start screaming the lyrics. It's got a nice little sample of Laid Back's White Horse. If you hear it, you'll it was later used in Monifa's 1998 hit "Touch It." So if you know that song, you'll immediately recognize it. Also has some vocal samples from Eddie Murphy's stand-up comedy routine Delirious. But there was the video, which was Delirious, and there was the audio cassette, which was the same. It was just an audio version of the concert. They omitted some of the skits, but it had this one, and it was from a skit called The Barbecue. It was when he was talking shit about his family, particularly about his dad, how he would just get fucked up and just tell everybody, tell the entire family how he feels. It was good shit. I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it. You'll see Eddie Murphy in his prime. But a lot of vocal samples can be heard on this song from that particular skit.
You in my house now, you talking all that shit, so get the fuck out, you sorry ass bitch.
Next we have Coolin'. The closing track of the album, and one of the few non-explicit. It's a feel-good song. Talk about hanging on the beach, just riding jet skis, getting drunk, hanging out with girls. All it's in the background. It's got Young Holt Unlimited Soulful Strut, as well as James Brown's funky drummer drum loop that you've heard a million times. You know it, I know it, especially back then. It's been, to date, I believe it's been used in over 1,700 songs. That's my number 13. Number 12, Badass Bitch. Hella raunchy song with a good beat. It was a good song. I ranked it at number 12 just because there's better songs. But it's a good song. It's funny. It's raunchy. Listen to it. You'll get a good laugh. Number 11, Break It On Down. One of the other few non-explicit songs on there. It's got an awesome sample of Trouble Funk's So Early in the Morning from 1982. Very well used. It's really, I would say this is, it really showcases Mr. Mix's DJing skills. He's got some good mixing through it. Check it out. Lyrically, it's pretty good, but I like it mostly because of the beat, because of the mixing. Number 10, Get Loose Now. It's one of the other non-explicit songs. Nice sample of Jimmy Castor Bunch's It's Just Begun from 1973. Also, vocal samples from the world famous It Takes Two by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. But what I like most about this particular song, and the memories that I have associated with it, is bumping it on the family stereo. We had these Bose Tower speakers that had an 8-inch and a 12-inch subwoofer, and that shit hit. I mean, I could hear it. Even a buddy of mine who lived down the street, he knew when I was bumping, and sometimes not only can he hear me bumping, he knew exactly what song I was bumping. I'm like, that makes me proud. So that song especially, it has some really ultra low bass, had some low frequencies. That's my biggest memory of that. And it's one of those songs you got to hear it with bass. And I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but Two Live Crew, particularly founding member Luke, he played a huge role in the Miami bass movement, and it can be heard very well on that song.
Check this out, say something brand new that'll make you shout. For you and all to see the dopest rhymes said by me. Listen, this facts for all to know. How to rock a party, keep your crowd on the go. It starts with the beat, then comes the rhyme. This dance snaps hard to keep you on town.
Number 9, Mega Mix 3. This is, there was, Two Live Crew had a Mega Mix track off of several of their early albums. This is the third, and in my opinion, their best one. It's just a cut-up DJ mix that Mr. Mix put together. It's got some beats, lots of vocals from some old comedy specials, some of which I submitted. Get on the whosampled.com and check it out. You'll find a lot of good stuff, and it'll lead you down a nice little rabbit hole. Number 8, Fraternity Record. Yep, one of 2 audience participation songs on it. It's got a replay of the Beatles' classic Day Tripper, only it's got a heavier guitar sound to it. And it's got Luke talking shit about sororities and fraternities, which was definitely a big hit in concert, particularly down in Florida, Daytona Beach, spring break. I mean, it was a big hit, but it was about fraternities, so a lot of people got upset, voiced their opinions. But later on, a couple albums later, Two Live Crew, they reconciled with them and even did a song for them and included them on the album. So everything was good, but fun song to listen to, especially live in concert. I heard it years back when I saw him. Left that show, didn't have a voice for 2 years. And the other audience participation songs were If You Believe in Having Sex. That's number 7.
If you believe in having sex, say hell yeah! Hell yeah! If you believe in having sex, say hell fuck yeah! Hell fuck yeah!
Man. This was a song I still enjoy listening to this day. And really loved it in junior high. It was just really loud. If you believe in having sex, say hell yeah! Hell yeah! If you believe in having sex, say hell fuck yeah! And then, of course, the audience gives it back to them, and it's just loud. But you can tell this song is very dated, because at the very end, they have, there was, in the late 80s, Bud Light had a chant that went, tastes great, less filling. Tastes great, less filling. And at the end of the song, you can hear the guys saying tastes great and the women saying less filling. Then it just went back and forth. And those of you who were around in the 80s, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I was too young to drink at the time and didn't really have much interest in it, but I remember seeing commercials for it and hearing that little chant. And they paid homage to it in this song, which I thought was really cool. And I hear it now, I'm like, oh shit! Brings back all kinds of cool memories.
Do the ladies run this motherfucker? Do the fellas run this motherfucker?
Number 6, The Fuck Shop! Welcome to the Fuck Shop!
Welcome to the fuck shop!
Yeah, this song had some sample clearance issues. Well, most notably with Van Halen's Ain't Talking About Love, they sampled the amazing guitar riff at the beginning. I swear, whenever I listen to just the original Van Halen song, I have to listen to it 3, 4, sometimes even 5 times, because in my opinion, that is one of the greatest riffs ever written. But it was sampled here in this song throughout the beat. However, it was sampled without permission, and Van Halen got a little upset and decided to sue Two Live Crew for it. This was, well, in the late 80s, this is before sample laws were enacted, so it was pretty much a free-for-all. However, original artists were starting to get a little pissed off. You know, it's like, okay, well, you know, you're making money off my shit, and you're not even crediting me. You know, what the hell? And Van Halen, they weren't upset, not so much because they used it, but because they used it without permission. Even I don't remember if it was Eddie Van Halen or Sammy Hagar. They were just saying, hey, you know, next time just ask. We'll gladly let you use it. Because remember, artists, you know, who sample other artists' music, you know, whether imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but if they sample your stuff, then that means they like you. Hi, Miko. So they understand, but they're just like, hey, next time just ask. Use it for permission. Give us a cut, you know. Which later, that in the sample laws they included, you know, they'd get a percentage of the royalties. Another sample that was used was the opening guitar riff from "Sweet Child of Mine." That was on the intro of the song. But I don't recall Guns N' Roses ever getting upset about that. In fact, they liked the song so much they just said, "Fuck it," you know, let it play. Number 5, Put Her in a Buck.
Now put it in the ball!
Oh man, this has some great samples. Okay, for those of you who are familiar with the movie Boogie Nights, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The Chakachas, Jungle Fever. It's basically pays homage to 70s porn, as does the movie Boogie Nights. And it's very well used in this song. And another great sample was they take some vocals from that and they mix it with Cheech and Chong's, a clip from Cheech and Chong's Pedro and Man at the Drive-In, and just put it together. I highly recommend listening to it. I mean, the mixing by Mr. Mix is just brilliant. It is absolute genius.
There's only one way to have a good time. Fuck that pussy and make it mine. Lay a bitch on the bed, flat on her back. Hold her legs up high, make the pussy splack. You can put her in the buck by sitting on a sink. Wrap her legs right now, take this dick.
Number 4, Dirty Nursery Rhymes.
My mama and your mama was talking a little shit. My mama called your mama a bull-dogging ass bitch.
This was I believe this is the second song I heard from this. Me So Horny was the first. I heard an edited version on the radio, but more on that in a minute. Dirty Nursery Rhymes, I heard it at a buddy's house. Dude, even to this day when I listen to it, it is still one of the funniest songs ever. It's got a nice samples of the Grangers' Shine Your Light, and it has several vocal samples of lots of Richard Pryor, some Richard and Willie. Oh, and the little, that little riff you hear in the background is from Tyrone Bunsen. It's called The Smurf. I discovered it by accident. It's on Who Sampled. That's I'd say that's one of my proudest finds. So check it out. Check it out if you're interested.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to have a little fun. Jack got mad, kicked Jill in the ass, cause she couldn't make him come.
Number 3, the classic Me So Horny. Okay, this song altogether just is absolutely great. The mixing, well, the beat is sampled from Mass Production's Firecracker. It's an old disco song from 1979. Just awesome. The that's Firecracker. But the most notable sample on it was Full Metal Jacket. Well, at the beginning, you hear the dialogue from, what do we get for $10? Everything you want. And then you got the chick, the prostitute, me so horny. Me love you long time. And that's where the chorus comes from. It's from a scene from Full Metal Jacket. I remember first time I saw that movie was after I heard this. I was told by a buddy that that's sample from Full Metal Jacket. So the whole time I'm listening for it, I remember him telling me that, and I remember listening for it. And then finally it came on. It was after they were in basic training, and they're in Vietnam, and Private Joker was trying to get some ass from a prostitute, right? She comes up, she's like, "Me so horny, me love you long time," and that's where that vocal sample came from, and that is just fucking genius. It is very. Well, when Who Sampled, they didn't have the rights to post movies and TV shows, but once they did, that was the first one I tried to submit it. Someone beat me to it, but to this day, it's one of the highest rated. It is just absolutely great. So check it out. Go to whosampled.com, look up Me So Horny. You'll see all the samples I'm talking about. I first heard it on the radio, and it was the edited version where Marquis says, "Sitting at home watching Arsenio Hall," which was a very popular show back then when it first came on. But the unedited version goes, "Sitting at home with my dick on hard." Okay. But the raunchiest line from that album was, "You said it yourself. You like it like I do. Put your lips on my dick and suck my asshole too." That was the late great Fresh Kid Eyes. Seriously, that is one of the raunchiest lines I've ever heard in any song. But you got to keep in mind too, without that song, without this album, there would be no WAP. There would be many of the sex, of the really raunchy songs you hear today and have over the 30 years would not exist without this.
Sitting at home with my dick on hard, so I got the black book for a freak to call.
Number 2, Dick Almighty.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a private personal part of my life, and ladies, listen up, I may just save your relationship.
They took a dick from California, transplanted that motherfucker to Washington, D.C., and it fucked the...
This is a song that I didn't quite understand till I got a little bit older and like what it meant, but the sample, Kraftwerk's The Man Machine, is just absolutely brilliant. It is one of the best ever. I love it. Even though it's pretty much a direct loop, it sounds fucking incredible. Other samples include Rudy Ray Moore, some Richard and Willie, Richard Pryor, just very, very well put together.
Dick the Almighty's up, no surprise. It'll fuck all the bitches, all shapes and size. She'll climb a mountain, even run the block, just to kiss the head of this big black cock.
Number 1 would be Come On Babe.
Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Come on, babe.
This is one of the raunchiest songs I have ever heard. I'm proud to say that I found and submitted every single sample from it. The oldie that you hear in the background is Rufus Thomas's The Dog from 1963. A couple of the vocal samples, you had Romeo and Juliet by Rudy Ray Moore. It's got the chick in the background, all the moans. That's from that. It took me a long time to find it, but I'm glad I did. And also the madam, the sensuous woman meets the sensuous black man. I mean, just pure sex, right? But the one sample that I'm still trying to find is at the very beginning. It's from I'm guessing it's from an old 70s porn flick. You got the chick, you can hear the chick, getting fucked, right? Fuck me. And that's part of the chorus too. Then they mix that in. I'm still trying to find that. You got to keep in mind, without this album, there would be no WAP. There would be many of the sex, of the really raunchy songs you hear today and have over the 30 years would not exist without this. This is truly a groundbreaking album. If you haven't heard it, I mean, I don't know who's watching this. I mean, I'm sure a couple older folks are watching it, but I imagine a couple kids will come across it. I highly recommend you listen to this. You will not be disappointed. So that was Two Live Crews, Nasty as They Wanna Be. Again, I highly recommend checking out the samples to this. Go to whosampled.com, and please feel free to leave a comment below. All I ask is that you keep it friendly and on topic. No pissing contests, okay? What was your experience with this album? Let me know. I'd like to know below. Anyways, stay tuned. I plan on making more of these videos. If you like them, let me know. If you think it's absolute shit, let me know too, and I'll see what I can do to improve.